Good morning, my crime family. Hope everybody's having a awesome morning. I don't know when I'm scheduling this. This is a premiere, so yeah, I don't know. This is really disturbing. Um, and I ran across this morning, and it's from my home state. And I haven't. I don't know if they were trying to keep this out of the news or what they were trying to do, but I never heard this one. And trust me, I'd remember it. Uh, It's pretty disturbing is all I can say. Took a couple days off there, at least a day and a half or something. I got sleep. I got up at 4 or something, went to sleep at like I think I was sleeping by the time. I think everything just finally caught up to me or something. I got some new stuff I'm trying here, new mic and different things here. Um, so I don't I don't know what like this. Shows my mic is working, so that's all I care. So anyway, I'm going to get to this because it is it's going to be something to chat about. Trust me. So, and again, this is a premiere. Um, you know, and we're working together. Remember on that production thing, and uh, you know, sometimes I'm so stupid I don't think right. But someone's got it's going to be delayed a little bit on that due to some problems. Sometimes I just don't think with my head, um, but it's coming. It's coming. So at some point, anyway, I want to present this here because this is really hate to be so disturbing on a Saturday morning, but here we go.
Blood all over the car.
What looks like blood in there? And
It's not blood, it's deer meat.
Shotgun shells all over this.
holy.
In all the cases we've covered on this channel, this case is by far the most upsetting we've come across. What follows is never before seen body cam footage as police make a routine traffic stop and discover a truly chilling scene. We'll also show you exclusive security footage, capturing the victim's last moments alive. But first, an investigative report on what led up to this tragic incident and the many ways it could have been prevented. Be warned, we will be covering the flaws in child protective services surrounding abusive parents and why those services need to focus more on helping the victims in these cases over their abusers. This may seem straightforward.
Like I said, there's going to be a lot to chat about in this case. You'll see what I mean.
But domestic situations can become very complicated in cases where the abuser is the parent of a victim. Let's step back a moment and get some background on what exactly led up to this heinous crime. In December of 2015, Julissa Thaler and Tori Hart's child, Eli Kenneth Alejo Hart, was born. However, their relationship quickly went south. Court summons suggest that Julissa has a long history of substance abuse, including suspicions that she exposed Eli to a controlled substance while she was pregnant. The next line in the summons mentions Eli's genetic disorder, Townes-Brocks syndrome, which left baby Eli with hearing loss and cleft feet. At this time, Julissa filed police complaints against Tori. She later admitted to the complaints being false, and that because of her mental health issues, she constantly accuses Hart of things that he doesn't do. After years of custody battles and allegations of abuse, Julissa and Tori undergo court-ordered evaluations. For years, Julissa gains custody of Eli, but struggles with homelessness.
You know, it's just it comes to a point. There comes a point, right, where I know, like the social services and the courts try to keep the parents together with the children, and if they have to go through like training to be a parent, or for because of some reason it doesn't come natural, or because of uh, substance abuse and whatever. Um, I think it's gotten to the point where sometimes they're just not meant to be parents, and the children should be taken away and never be connected with their parents again. I'm sorry, but I mean, how many children have died over the years because they keep trying to force these parents to be parents. They're not gonna be. They're not gonna change. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me what you think in the comments.
In October 2020, Dakota County Social Services find Eli at Julissa's decrepit home, naked and without hearing aids. The social worker on scene could not locate shoes or clothes for Eli outside of a single set of pajamas. DCSS found a flooded upper floor bathroom, eggs broken and smeared throughout the main level, and food in various stages of decay around the main floor. Julissa is hospitalized for mental health issues, but Eli is returned to her care afterward. Around 3 months later, Child Protective Services again took Eli and placed Julissa into custody on a mental health and welfare hold. Julissa was presenting signs of psychosis and claims that she was hearing voices related to self-harm, among other paranoid delusions. This time, Eli was found with matted hair, cuts on his arms, and without.
Okay, that's to me, that's where it ends, right there. Hearing voices, blah blah blah. I mean, this person should be institutionalized, the child taken away, and raised by somebody else. That's my opinion, of course, and I don't know what you guys' opinions are. Please leave a comment or whatever. Yeah.
Out his hearing aids. According to a court summons, Dakota County Judge Timothy Wormiger found it contrary to the welfare of Eli to permit him to remain in Julissa's care because of these 8 reasons, which includes Eli's risk of harm, his lack of food, clothing, shelter, and education, along with Julissa's criminal history and psychosis. Over the next few years, Julissa again and again proves she's not fit to be a parent. Throughout, Tory continuously signals to officials his concerns, which continue to go unheard. Here are just a few things Julissa has done, according to a court summons and numerous reports. Julissa told a story of dropping Eli's sippy cup off the side of a cliff in Colorado when he was younger. Her solution? She tied a rope to herself and climbed down to get it, leaving Eli unattended, open to the possibility of him falling off the cliff to his death. During visitation, Julissa berated Eli for the problems in her life and relationship, blaming him for the rotten food in her home, even after rotten food continued to exist in her household. After Eli was taken into foster care, Julissa told a social worker she can't eat or sleep and that she was living off Mountain Dew and cigarettes. After Julissa's visitations, Eli would have bathroom accidents, which was not typical for him. Julissa showed Eli disturbing videos she took of cat feces, along with images of naked women. Julissa gifted Eli a smart watch and would call and text him during Tory's visitation time. In the time Julissa needed to better herself for the court to gain custody of Eli, she had the police called on her over 20 times in a 10-month span. Julissa set up a noise machine in her home because she believed neighbors were spying on her. Julissa submitted numerous false police reports of Tory, claiming he was stalking her and was on methamphetamines. Both these accusations and more were disproven. During DCSS visits to her home, Julissa was found to be raising ducks in her living space, despite her attempts to hide them during inspections. 2 separate landlords kicked her out for causing problems. Julissa reportedly drove erratically when dropping Eli off at school, speeding on multiple occasions, and supposedly left tire marks on school grounds. While at school, Eli told teachers he didn't sleep the night before when he was with Julissa. His behavior also reportedly dropped dramatically at school when he was under her care. Julissa lied to the court about buying tickets to Disney World and did so in hopes that it would expedite the custody process to allow her to leave the state with Eli. Julissa stole prescription drugs, and during court-ordered drug tests, she consistently failed. She also failed to keep up with court-ordered therapy sessions and parenting classes for over a year, and was given multiple 60-day extensions by the court to fulfill those requirements. Throughout all of Julissa's troublesome actions, Tory voiced his concerns.
Doesn't that kind of prove my point? I mean, when the judge has to keep giving, 60 more days and this and this, I mean, come on. She's not going to change. She has psychosis. She's hearing voices. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. And we're not done with this yet. This gets a lot worse.
For years to officials for the sake of Eli's safety. According to a court summons, here's some communications Tory sent to officials about his custody case and Julissa's actions. I do have concerns with her mental state that she could do something drastic. The whole purpose of this is to protect Eli, yet I feel he is now being put at risk. What kind of damage is this doing to Eli? This is terrifying to me and upsets me that Eli continues to have to go through this. How is this okay? How will Dakota County monitor Eli's safety and well-being now? Eli is in danger every day he is with her. My son is not safe with her. Who is protecting Eli? Even Eli's caregiver addressed concerns to officials saying, I feel so bad for Eli. I feel he will be injured or worse being back with his mom. Due to Julissa's false allegations against Tory, he agreed to comply with a safety and permanency plan in order to secure permanent custody of Eli. This included completing domestic violence and parenting classes, randomized drug testing, a mental health assessment, and adhering to an order for protection. In contrast to Julissa, Tory fulfilled all requirements. DCSS reported positive visitations with Tory, noting Eli's happiness, energy, and enjoyment during their time together. According to a court summons, DCSS reported.
Okay, this shit's starting to piss me off. Okay, I was a single dad, all right? You might as well say I was a dad and a mom for 3 of my kids for years. To make that father go through all that when he's doing everything possible and that child is happy with his father and doing better with his father, that's where he should be. I just, these cases really get to me, especially because this is my home. These court systems are my home, and they need to fucking wake up. And social service, why do they keep trying to stick these kids with mothers that aren't even mothers? I'm sorry if I'm going to tick off a few people out there, but I know very good fathers that have raised their children. And I'm not saying like every time. I'm saying particular cases like this where it is so, so you can see it. It's so black and white. I don't get it, folks. I don't get it.
Reports can be quoted that, during these visits with Mr. Hart, Eli is noticeably smiling, talkative, energetic, and he seems to enjoy them. Despite the countless negative reports on Julissa and the positivity and capability of parenting shown by Tory, the court system continually pushed for reunification of the child with their mother over the father. Fast forward to March 2022, Tory filed for custody of Eli in Hennepin County Court, possibly to change the jurisdiction due to concerns about the current court's handling of the case. However, Hennepin Court said they couldn't grant custody due to the ongoing case in Dakota County, and could only move forward if the Chips case were to be dismissed. Within days, the court moved to dismiss the Chips file. Unbelievably, on May 4, 2022, the same defendant who filed all those negative reports against Julissa pushed to remove Eli from court supervision and into reunification with Julissa. Reports made on a later date cited the defendant had no immediate concern for Eli's physical well-being at the time. At this point, Eli had been in foster care for 466 days. Despite the recorded evidence that Julissa was not fit to parent Eli, Dakota County Judge Tim Wormiger removed Eli from the county's protection on May 10, 2022. Court summons show that a Dakota County social worker and one of Eli's court-appointed guardians both recommended that Julissa be reunified with her son. Adding more devastation to this case, a hearing was set for the very next day on May 11th, as an opportunity for Tori to raise immediate concerns to prevent the reunification. Unfortunately, the hearing was canceled, robbing Tori of this valuable opportunity. 6 days later, on May 17th, receipts show Julissa would purchase a shotgun with what was likely dozens of rounds, along with a revolver. The receipt even thanks her by name for the purchase. Just 3 days later, on May 20th, 2022, Julissa would be found driving a vehicle that was missing a tire and had its back window smashed open. Officers would soon pull her over.
Yeah, they got her here.
After a few minutes, 2 officers approach her vehicle from either side. According to police reports, the officers noticed shotgun shells, blood in the vehicle, and on Julissa herself, and what appeared to be gunshot holes in the back of the car seat. Julissa herself seems overly calm about the whole situation. According to police reports, she claimed the blood on her came from removing a tampon. Other suspicious claims were also made by Julissa, as seen from this limited body cam footage.
There is no tire there. All right.
Yeah, there's blood.
There's what?
There's blood all over the car.
Traffic violation. I have a broken windshield and I'm missing a tire because some kids were shooting at my car. I had some.
What looks like blood in there? And
It's not blood. It's deer meat. I had a big bag and there's a farm around here that does deer meat and hamburgers. So.
Shotgun shells all over this.
yeah.
Despite the incredibly questionable scene the officers discovered Julissa in, the officers decided to release her, personally chauffeuring her a ride home to her apartment. The officers who work in Hennepin County, home to Minneapolis, also may have feared getting a
Okay, this one is a shocker to me because Minneapolis police, I've lived down there. I know what they're like. They get out with their guns drawn. They don't fuck around down there. And this one just totally shocks me. And maybe it's because after that whole, the whole George Floyd thing or something, maybe they've changed it a little. I don't know, but this does not sound like Minneapolis police whatsoever.
complaint from the woman, factoring into their decision-making. According to news reports, the search warrant for Julissa's vehicle indicated the police released her because she was growing impatient, cold, and refused to sit in the squad. Back at the blood-soaked vehicle, officers developed probable cause and did a deeper search.
Okay. Interruption again here. Doesn't this to you sound like she had been flirting with the cops? I mean, come on, there's blood everywhere. And on a child seat. But did you see how she was acting and how, you know what I mean? Like nothing. Like nothing. But for these police not to, I don't know. There's something really fucked up about this to me.
Of the vehicle.
Holy. We got a body. All right, let's cover it.
According to reports, officers rushed back to the apartment where they'd just dropped Julissa off. They discovered she was no longer there. She left a washing machine running with what was later determined to be filled with the clothes she was just wearing. Soon after, officers located Julissa leaving the area on foot, and she was placed under arrest. Officers then observed that she had what appeared to be brain matter in her hair. Based off witness statements and off the physical damage her vehicle left on the road, officers were able to track the past movements of the vehicle. Along this route, they found multiple locations where blood and brain matter had been discarded. One dumpster had a bloody child booster seat that had sustained damage from a shotgun blast. In another dumpster, officers located a backpack, blood, bone, and what appeared to be more brain matter. We've elected to not show the photos containing blood or human remains. In court, more shocking evidence would come out against Julissa. According to a source from CARE 11, these are some of the search terms from Julissa's browser history, which includes how much blood can a 6-year-old lose, how life insurance investigates a death claim, and how much does life insurance pay for a dead child, among other damning searches. It was later determined that Julissa had shot Eli 9 times in the head and torso area of his body, likely while he was strapped in his car seat. Thorough work by police and detectives also
9 times. 9 times with a shotgun. What the hell? And they wouldn't give Eli to his father? We talk about systems failing, and it just keeps happening everywhere. And it brings me to the Idaho case. System is failing there. This was just a little guy. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
uncovered surveillance video showing Eli being escorted by Julissa in the moments prior to his murder. The video, which shows the boy smiling and playing, would tragically be the last video of the child. At one point, Julissa's own grandmother and father even disagreed with the handling of the custody case leading up to the murder. Julissa's grandmother claimed Tori doesn't have a mean bone in his body, and said of her granddaughter Julissa that she is good at manipulating people, and I blame the court system for not helping her out. We all told the social workers that she needs to be institutionalized, not just for a month, but maybe for a year or more. But nobody listened. Julissa's father said, I gave the judge her detailed mental health history. I told him that she was displaying paranoia and auditory hallucinations. I said I feared for Eli's safety. It all fell on deaf ears. Julissa did not mince words with how she felt about the situation.
Ms. Stoller, you have a right to speak this morning if you'd like. You don't have any obligation to speak, but if you'd like to choose to speak, now is the time to do it.
Yes, I would like to say something.
Go ahead.
I'm innocent. You all, you're garbage. That's all, Your Honor.
Clearly, Julissa's lawyer isn't too happy about her choice of words.
Ms. Stoller, I don't know that that's appropriate here.
Sorry, I told you what somebody else.
Julissa Thaler was sentenced with first-degree predetermined murder and
That's not for me. Yeah, she got sentenced for life. But Eli's gone. You know what I mean? But he's gone. It's too late. It's too late. So she gets to spend her days getting 3 meals a day, gets to watch cable TV, live her life out, libraries, computers. Doesn't make sense to me, people. Doesn't make sense. The only thing that I can say about this case and about Eli is at least I doubt he suffered. 9 times with a shotgun, I doubt he suffered very much at all. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. And like I said, I hate running something like this so early in the morning. But I just, that's when, like I said, when it comes to little kids and stuff, it just gets to me. You know what I mean? I was raised in a big family of, 7, and I always babysat my nephews and nieces, and I just loved them. You know what I mean? I've always loved kids. I loved raising my kids. I did. I loved raising my kids. Those were the best days of my life. Everybody thinks it's, when I was playing in bands and rocking and rolling and blah, blah, blah. No, it was when I was raising my kids. Those were the best days of my life. And when you get to be my age and you're done raising your kids and you got your grandkids and stuff, but I'm ways away from my grandkids. And you try to find purpose, try to find purpose, repurpose yourself. With me, I could have kept on rocking and rolling, but it's getting harder to do that. It's harder to find that spark. And I know I'm kind of going off from the case here, but I guess the main thing I'm saying is those are fathers can be awesome parents. And they can be mommy and they can be daddy. I remember this one gal, this lady, and bless her soul, she's not with us anymore, but she was part of the school system. And she seen what I was doing. I was struggling. When I was a single parent, working at a pizza place, playing in a band, and raising kids. And no matter what happened the night before, like if I sat home drinking or whatever, I still made sure my kids were clean and made it to school on time and fed. And this lady came up to me and she goes, I see what you do every morning, because my car was broke down sometimes. And I'd have to walk my kids to school when it was 20 below zero. And I don't care if I was drunk or not. I still made sure. And they got, what do you call, awards for, being in school every day. Fathers can be awesome parents. I tucked my kids in at night. I read them books. I made sure they had a decent life. And I think that's why my kids turned out pretty damn well. But to see something like this and all those warning signs, and people telling them, shameful. It's shameful. How do these people sleep at night? How do these people sleep at night? I have a hard time sleeping, and I've never done nothing like that. Anyway, that's it for the morning. I might be doing something tonight. I don't know yet. I'm kind of seeing how this mic and stuff works out. It's a new mic and new stuff. I still need to set up. I need to straighten stuff out and organize things. And yeah, I'm not the most organized person in the world. I do have to admit that I'm not very organized whatsoever. But anyway, till next time.
that dirty town. Try to do my job as well as I can. Well, I'm going back to that dirty town, trying to do my job as well as I can. Working in these bad streets, try to forget that noise around. I was sitting on that room floor, thinking all the evening about my baby. I was sitting on that room floor, thinking all the evening about my baby. I've lost my mind in a whiskey, and finally I've crawled to bed. Baby, with all my heart, can't live without her just a day. Well, I love my baby with all my heart, can't live without her just a day. I know I won't be satisfied till I come home again. I'm sitting in the train, I'm feeling so lonesome, no one to talk to. I'm sitting in the train, I'm feeling so lonesome, no one to talk to. I'm so excited 'cause I'm gonna hold my baby. Well, I'm going back to that dirty town, try to do my job as well as I can. Well, I'm going back to that dirty town, trying to do my job as well as I can. Walking in these bad streets, try to forget that noise around. misspells knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood squirt, stuffed shirt like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds in hell, I'll be in good company. Down low, couldn't go no further. Proud of and disgusted by her. Push on, little bruised and battered. Oh Lord, I ain't coming home with you. My life's a bit more colder. Dead wife is what I told her. Brass knife sinks to my shoulder. Oh babe, don't know what I'm gonna do. I see my redhead mess bed, tear shed, cream beam a squeeze. The stage smells, tells, hells,